Welcome back to Junk Jaw Reseller Podcast. I'm Jay, and I'm with my wonderful, beautiful, great, great reseller guy,
This
in
is
the world,
Valentine's
brother.
Day. We're doing this Valentine's Day. I'm gonna
It's
tell my wife
Valentine's
that,
Day.
that you're my Valentine. Not.
No, 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 no. I don't mean that. I can call another man beautiful, and it'd be all right.
Oh my god, that's funny. Oh my gosh.
But anyway, that's right. So I'm
Yeah,
Jay. That's
yeah,
right.
yep. The beautiful ray
The beautiful Ray.
of sunshine.
That's right. Of sunshine. Yeah, brother. But how's your week been? I mean,
Yeah, not too bad. Trying to trying to lift these sales up somehow. I don't know. Um, I did slack for a little bit with my 10 this week because my wife has had off. So kind of some of those days, I know I told you texted me, you're like, hey, what's going on? Like, you're usually not.
yeah, I
not
got worried
talking like
about you. I
this.
was like, I hope he's all right.
Yeah,
Because Ray's usually on point. He was like,
yeah,
man, he's got it. The pictures all taken. It's pretty it's systematically in place.
yep. But no, I've been just trying to like spend more time with her, just hanging out. I'll still designate some time throughout each day to do some reselling work, but um, I mean, but there's been like times where we're just like we're watching a movie or we're doing other stuff, like watching like I said, watching a movie. Well, we just had the Super Bowl last week, that we
Yeah.
watched. I know because a lot of people might get confused again. This episode's a week later than so, but which that Super Bowl was just dumb. I did not really
Yeah.
care. I was more into commercials and they weren't even all that great. But
I turned the Super Bowl on, caught right at the end of the halftime show, and then I watched, maybe three quarters of the third quarter. I'm like, Chiefs aren't going to win, and I just turned it off. I did.
I actually had my phone on me and I was listening a lot and I think I was like sharing stuff on Posh and just doing like different things on my phone. But it was the complete opposite. This year I could care less about the game. So I was actually when the game was on, I was on my phone and listening and doing all kinds of stuff. And then when the commercials hit, I'm like, oh, put my phone down. I'm gonna pay attention.
Pay attention to the
Yep.
commercials.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah,
that's how it
commercials are a
was.
real big part of the
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl. But yeah, I mean, when it's when we're as reselling, especially for full time, when your wives or your significant others have off,
Yeah.
the paid time off or whatever it may be, vacation,
Yep.
that you kind of it's important to kind of be around them a little bit
Yeah.
more than that.
I it's not often, that she takes vacation. So it's not like, we can kind of take off whenever we want. We have that flexibility, but to be able to spend time with her was, really nice for a
Yeah.
week. So, yep. So even today, um, before we jumped on here, we went out to Pizza John's for lunch. That's our
Yeah.
Valentine's Day meal.
Yeah, we're going out to a place called Rosario's.
Oh yeah,
It's
I've
in
heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been there a few times, and it's really nice there. So
Yeah.
I was able to get a reservation for 6 o'clock.
Okay,
And
that's nice.
that's yeah, we're gonna hit there
Yeah,
tonight.
we don't usually do stuff on Valentine's Day because
Nine week.
it's usually it's busier and I mean there's been times where maybe instead I'll just cook like a nicer dinner at home or because she could have been working all day or she didn't want to go out or it's she could have actually been working that night instead sometimes with how it is with retail there's
Yeah.
been times in the past where she didn't have a choice if she's working that night or not. They don't like really give off on Valentine's Day, whether if you're single or not, you know what I mean? You're in a relationship
Right.
based off of that. Like they don't schedule that out because of it. But yeah, in the past, I've cooked, we've done all kinds of things, but this year we just want to take it easy and go to lunch and instead of I don't have to worry about cooking. I've been cooking a lot lately, trying to save money and so
Yeah.
It was nice to
Yeah.
go out.
We don't ever go out really any time during
Yeah,
we don't. And then just this year, I was like,
yeah,
let me just try something different.
yeah.
I'm like, we usually don't buy each other gifts or
Hmm.
whatever. We don't. It's just I think it's just one of those.
Yeah,
We get what we want throughout the whole year, so why go ahead and
true. I was actually happy like to find the deals I found this morning. So, we're all it's natural us as a reseller, like we're looking for the steals and deals and stuff. And I went to Aldi's this morning. They had a bouquet of flowers. It was like a mixed bouquet, but it was only $5.99.
really?
Yeah.
That's cheap.
And then I found a box of chocolate, and it had like some like dogs and cats on it. Her working at a pet store, so I was like, wow, this. It was only $3 for that, so I got her stuff for under
That
10
is
bucks.
cheap.
Mm-hmm.
My wife can't stand flowers, and every time I buy
Yeah,
her, last time I bought her flowers, she kept them in the back seat of the car, and they died. It didn't even care. She's like,
yeah,
I don't like flowers. After I'm like, well, guess what? You'll never get flowers from me again. But
yeah.
I went to the Dollar Tree yesterday, just
Uh huh.
and got a couple balloons and a
Okay.
card and all. Dude, I stood in that line for 40 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, it is. That's the worst time to go to the dollar store. I've walked in. Was it kind of like you were walking in a jungle of balloon strings
Balloons.
hanging from the
Yep.
ceiling all throughout the whole entire store.
Yep.
I mean, I
But they were buying them balloons up, dude. I'm
yeah,
like, and I got in that line, and I was able to have a nice conversation with the lady in front of me. She had her kid, and we're just talking about life or whatever. But
yeah,
it was cold, have a conversation. It kind of broke the time, but it was like, yeah, almost 40 minutes. It
yeah.
was crazy.
But that's one thing as a business I don't understand. I mean, I guess because it's such low cost items, they can't afford to have more workers in there or whatever. Like especially on like one of the busy days. I mean, if you go any any other retail company I work for that is gonna be a busy day. Not only do you have like a cashier at every register,
Yep.
but you're gonna have people directing people in line and a couple people, multiple people on the floor. I mean, they can't really afford anybody even be out on the floor unless they're just going to be stocking shelves and that's it. It's not like they
That
can
was
afford
crazy.
anybody out there for customer service.
Dude, it was two people. They had two
Yeah,
people, and the one lady who was ringing the register, she was moving, I think, purposely slow. It was like this, picking stuff up and just.
yeah,
I was like, "Wow, are you serious?" Dude, I mean, you should have you could have zoomed through this line. I mean, she was
yeah,
moving
yeah,
like if you recorded somebody at regular speed, and then like maybe 4 or 5 times less in the speed, that's how fast she was moving. I thought
yeah.
I was caught in the Matrix or something.
What was it? A sloth in disguise? Like
Yeah, it could have been, dude. I'm serious. Like, I mean, I
me?
think it takes more energy to make yourself move that slow than to move. I mean, it was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that definitely probably a former NBA worker.
Yeah, really. Wow.
maybe she was too slow for even there that they let her go. It's like,
I,
okay.
I don't know if she should have kept her job. To be truthful with you, I mean, I'm not trying to get people fired. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just saying she was purposely moving slow.
yeah,
And now I thought you said the NBA. I mean, how about? I know this is reselling, and
yeah.
how about that Luca trade?
Oh, I didn't say. Oh, you thought I said NBA.
Yeah, I
I
know,
was,
but
I was like, no, MVA.
yeah, NBA. I know. I said. I
Yeah.
almost thought there
Did
for a
we?
second you said NBA.
Did we not talk about that last week, or was it? Maybe I talked to somebody else about it. I don't know.
The
I
Luca trade.
yeah. I mean, I'm not really. Yeah, I think it might have been somebody else because but I'm not really that big into NBA. So I mean,
Well, I'm not really that either. But I mean, I respect Luca enough, and some
yeah,
of I I don't trust. I haven't watched a game
yeah. I don't.
this season, last season. It didn't
Yeah,
matter. I mean, that's the same way with sports nowadays. I don't catch up
yeah,
as much, but knowing that Luca is a generational talent and got traded off to the
yeah,
Lakers for absolutely nothing for a 31-year-old Anthony Davis,
That
a few
yeah,
other players.
that doesn't
Great.
really make much sense. And
No.
and it's crazy because okay, it's like one of those trades too that happens in sports that say if you have a stockpile, like even us as like resellers, sometimes we have a stockpile of like merchandise like related to that exact player. Like, do you think that stuff's going to go up on value necessarily right away? You know, if you have his original team versus his new team, like
Right.
if you have anything like it's not like it's
No.
not going to go up in value. It's going to lose value
It
or
lose
stay
value.
the same right now. As soon as the only thing that's going to raise the value if he just plays outstandingly great for years to come, and is just one of those type players like it's. I mean, if you look at LeBron James stuff, I'm sure it it doesn't matter what team.
Yeah.
It won't matter. It does.
LeBron is playing just as well as he did
Yeah,
15 years ago.
but it's the way, like that name that he has created for himself. He is a face of the NBA. He has been for a while. No matter what, like you always want to see what he's doing. He's the guy that you kind of check in to see what's
Yeah.
going on. But that type of caliber of player, it will hold value. I mean, but it's kind of, I don't know. Do you think now it might be a little bit different if you talk about Michael Jordan because now that's another similar caliber player. But when it does matter, I think a little bit from what team's merchandise of Michael Jordan's you have.
Yeah.
Like the Wizard stuff is not going to be as valuable as the Bulls.
Sure.
Even though there's probably way more Chicago Bulls merchandise out there.
Absolutely, way more than
But the
Chicago Bulls.
Wizards, there's absolutely, it's not nearly as valuable.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, it may be the only time where LeBron's ever been on a team that there's a player better than him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I tell you, he's one of the top three people who have the highest basketball scoring average in the history of the NBA.
Yeah.
Is Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
He holds records that only a few players ever. Like he's in categories with Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and him.
Yeah.
And those, I think those are the three highest averages, scoring averages in history of the NBA.
Isn't it crazy though? If you look at it, it's just weird that LA I feel like they just own so much. Like as far as sports goes, like
Yeah,
they really have cornered the market in between baseball and basketball now.
they have. They've cornered the market. Their next move is just they have to do football. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
the
yeah,
Rams
but
where they're
they
QB.
might not be able to necessarily do that as easily because of the cap. Like,
It's not. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's harder.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
baseball. That's the difference. That for people that don't know, that these teams, it doesn't really matter how much um, money. Like, if they, as long as they got money, they can pretty much buy
Yep.
or set contracts for any player for how much they want. It doesn't really matter compared to NFL. That they're limited. You know.
Well, that's why Dodgers are just going to keep on winning the
Yeah,
World Series
I
or
mean,
be in
Yankees
contention.
been for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And just one of the things that it's just not right. It's one of the reasons that, like, I think with the Oakland A's, they've kind of got pushed out because, and a lot of people want to blame the owners, but at the same time, I mean, look at a business aspect from our end. We can only afford how much we can buy. You
Yep.
know what I mean? If somebody else comes in and our competitors are coming in and they have more money in their pockets, it really naturally most of the time is going to make us a loser, you know,
Absolutely.
and or we're not going to have the same amount of success.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that happen. I think that happens a lot when we're going. Sometimes if we're going to flea markets or yard sales and stuff like that, all it takes is one other person there to have more money in their wallet than you do.
Yep.
You know.
A bigger pocketbook.
Yep.
That's all that matters. Yep.
Yep. Happens like that with storage auctions,
Hmm.
or anywhere. But it's something you don't think about. But
Yeah, you got to think about throwing around your money. How much money do you carry? How much money do you carry to the flea market
how
when you
much?
go?
I think it
Yeah.
depends. Dude, I remember the days I used to only bring 50 to $100,
Wow.
and I mean, I probably, because I always have so much stuff. I like to start at 200 now, but if I have more, if I have access to more, or I have more that week, or I can just go into ATM if I absolutely need to. But I like to limit myself at 200 because then I'm just gonna go wild. It gives me an excuse to kind of watch it or kind of think about it. But I want to have the 200 just in case. I usually don't go over that. Um, I don't know. I mean, anybody else? Let us know how much do you guys bring to yard sales, flea markets, estate sales
Yeah.
when you're
How much do you
sourcing?
want to spend? Right. Leave it
Yeah.
down in the comments. Do you you keep yourself at a limit? Do you want to just spend $20, $50, $100, or is like
Yeah,
sky's the limit?
and it
I'll
might
spend
it might
$1.
vary. It probably varies between the category. Like if you have a certain niche, like how like your market is and stuff. Like if you're only doing books, it's probably a lot different than if you're doing video games, or like sports cars are going to be different. And it depends on what type. So I was listening to what was it, Carrie from Trash Cash, and they were talking about I know he was talking about the dollar boxes and all. Like a lot of times you go through the dollar boxes. So, are you going through a dollar box or are you going through the showcase? There's a big
Mhm.
difference. It can be if you're sourcing from whichever. I mean, the idea is a dollar box. You might you're just looking for that gem that that got passed up on or they didn't know about or anything like that. Like
Yeah, or anything. A lot of people they'll do those dollar boxes at the card shows, and some of these things, you are still profit in a lot of those
yeah,
cards.
yeah,
And it's just because they may not do online sales, and
hmm,
they may do nothing but in person sales, and that stuff just doesn't sell fast.
yeah,
But for somebody who does eBay, you pick up, say, I don't know, some offbeat autograph, or numbered, say, to 99, and you could pick it up for $1. I mean, you could sell it on eBay. Say you got a Dodgers market or something, you could sell for $4.99, $5.99, $9.99, and
yeah,
make a couple bucks off of it. So
yeah,
it's a fact of how do you want to make the fast dime or
yeah,
the slow nickel.
yeah.
It's kind of.
I mean, yeah, it all depends. I mean, I see the thing is, I know I have a lot of items in my store, and I know I have like part of that is because I have a lot of low end items, like some of the cards, or if I have, um, or just all kinds of stuff. I mean, even some of those Game Boy Advance manuals I picked up last week, I listed some were decent and some were very low end.
Sure.
Um, so, but at the end of the day, if I don't have much into them, I think I did the math. I only had like a quarter or something like that, whatever, in each book or whatever. Like that's not bad, you know. So I think
I
it,
mean, yeah, it's good to get a nice deal like that, though.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah. I'm having fun going through it still. Uh,
What's the most money you've ever spent on a deal?
oh man, what was it? Probably those baseballs. I think I spent like $2,000 on the deal. That was
Two
probably,
thousand.
yeah.
How much do you think you made off it?
I'm not sure because it's. I mean, I still have stuff from that deal actually. I know I'm definitely in a profit margin because it. I mean, I have quite a bit of stuff I sold. A lot of the better stuff was the game use memorabilia out of there. But I mean, there were so many baseballs. I mean, think about it. I spent like $2,000, and I had baseballs that were basically $5 a piece. So think about how many baseballs there were. you know, because because that was the idea. I like to, buy signed baseballs for around like $5 a piece if I can, like especially if they're in bulk, because there's a lot of work that goes into it. A lot of people don't realize that, but I have to figure out or know every signature, and most of the time, I'm not going to know every signature. I'm not going to know, you know what I mean? I might have to post to a Facebook group to figure out and see if anybody else recognizes it. And I have stuff now still that I don't know who signed it, and I can't find anybody that knows more than I do. It's very difficult. So in those cases, then I'm like, I either sit on it for a little while, and I might give it another post like months later to see if anybody knows again. And then if I get really tired looking at it, then I might just throw it up as auction or like a buy it now as a
Yeah,
unknown
right. Just
signature.
unknown.
Yeah. So, and it's been times where I've had multiples of them, and I've had to ask the buyer when they bought something on my store, like, "Hey, do you know who this is?" You know, because I have another one. Sometimes they respond, sometimes they don't. It's like they don't want to tell me. Like they, you know what I mean? And I get it. I mean, but still, I'm like, hey, you got your deal. Can you tell me? Because I want to know. I want to learn at least because I
Yeah,
want
I'm
to
just
recognize
curious. You're like,
pictures.
right.
I mean, when I was at the estate sale last week, none of those baseballs were labeled who they were. So the estate sale company probably didn't know. But I knew the one was David Ortiz. The footballs down in the basement weren't labeled, but I know because it's one of those things, especially now with the signatures, uh, a lot of them being harder to figure out with the signatures because they people don't even know how to sign cursive or anything anymore. They don't teach that.
Yeah, don't teach
So
it.
yeah, so it's going to get harder to figure out. There's a lot of signatures that look very similar. I think it does get a little bit difficult, but I mean, if I know there's a good bit that I know. There's some of them I don't. Some of them you can obviously just flat out read. It's pretty good, but it's a lot of knowledge and experience that kind of goes into it over the years
Yeah.
that you need to be able to figure them out. I mean, I know what we talked about this before, but remember me us being at the flea market, and a guy pulled out all those baseballs, and I sat there and named every single one. You're like, what? What is
Yeah,
going
that's
on?
crazy. I was like blown away. I
Yeah,
couldn't even begin to,
yeah. A lot of it was scribble. Like, I mean, I just know because it's like the image of the signature is because you can't read it. You
right.
absolutely cannot read it.
You can't
But
read it.
it's the image of the signature is just engraved in my mind somewhere because I
Yeah.
forgot the signature or I've had it before,
Hmm.
and that's what I have to go off of. There's been times where I'm like, man, I know this signature. I can't think of who it is. I cannot figure it out. I know it though. I recognize it. I've seen it probably 100 times, and I can't figure it out.
Those are the types of things you do it off of practice. You've done it so
Yeah,
much,
well,
it,
that's what I said.
that
It's experience. You
Yeah.
know,
Hmm.
it's a little bit different, I think, than just not just even knowing the value of something and keep that in your mind, but knowing the exact, you know, like what it is. It takes it to a whole nother level, and it can be very difficult. You know,
Yeah.
because to many people, without actually knowing who it is, it's just a baseball.
Yeah, it's just a baseball.
Just a baseball. Like they're like, oh, I don't know, like like just somebody wrote on it.
Yeah, like yeah. That's all it is to me until I know what that signature is.
Yep.
I've never really found too many. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Kenny and I, we went. There was an auction one time. We were buying baseballs, autographed
Hmm.
baseballs. We spent some money and then was able to turn around and just sell them all one time
Yeah.
and made all our money back.
Hmm.
10 times over.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah, it
think
was good. But
that.
it was I bought a lot of. But this stuff when we were buying cheap, we were able to get like balls like $8 a piece, like Jim Palmer stuff,
Yeah.
and Brooks for like $12, Ripken for like they were
Yeah.
10, $15, and we took it all to like the flea market and was just selling
Hmm.
them all,
Yeah.
and they went really really fast and really
Yeah.
really
I
well.
mean, I think if it's names like that and people around there know who it is, or or you can read it a little bit more. Like Brooks Robinson, that's one of the signatures. It's
Those were wide open. You could
yeah,
tell. signature
Jim
rookie.
Palmer is still a little. Sometimes it depends. Like if it's like I think our earlier signature or what it is now. Earlier, I think it was a little easier to read, and
It was
now it's a
easy
little
to
bit
read.
different. But what helps a lot of times, some of those guys will put Hall of Fame on there, and then and they'll put the year, so it helps narrow it
Yep.
down. Because if
Yep.
you just have a signed baseball and it's just a scribble and a number, okay, that's not really going to be very helpful because you got to figure out what team they played for, what
Mm-hmm.
year they played. You know, I mean, there's just to figure it out is very difficult if you have no clue. And it's scribble if you can't read it. If you can't read either, especially if you can't even figure out the first letter, sometimes like it's a
Yeah,
D.
you're done.
Sometimes it's a D that looks like a G or something, or something. It's just,
Or an
or it might
A
be an
or
O.
like,
Yeah, sometimes like the D might be an O or A. It's all weird. They don't sign very well sometimes. There's guys that just put a freaking basically an X on there,
yeah.
an X in a line.
Mm-hmm.
There's been guys that
They
do
just
that.
like look and go like that. Like,
Yeah, I mean at that point just draw a smiley face.
yeah, just just smiling. That's over and done with.
Yeah,
I think talk about deals is like, yeah, big deals. I've the most money I ever spent on a deal was 15 grand, and
15.
that was loads of video games. It's a whole video game collection.
Okay.
That was that. Um, I wish I'd have filmed it. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
and the guy made off. He sold the guy who sold it to me. He paid 500 for it. He gave
Mm.
15,000. But it was a guy who worked for Sony, and it was a lot of stuff that he had, and he died, and his mother set it out at the garage for $50 a tub
Wow.
for Super Nintendo games and Sega Saturn games, and
Yeah.
the guy got everything, and he turned around. And I bought it all in one clip,
Yeah.
and I really slow rolled it. I have moved it quick. I could have. I mean, I probably could have
Yeah.
sold it all a month.
Hmm.
But I still have stuff from the deal that's
Yeah.
still sitting around.
Yeah. I mean, some of those larger deals, you can have it for a while. I think it's okay. I think sometimes I mean, it depends on your situation. Some sellers want to get rid of it quick, and keep the ball rolling. But sometimes, you want to just sell a little bit here and there, and something steady
Yep.
keeps coming in. I think with that stuff, I mean, you're playing it smart. Now with my baseballs, I still have baseballs. Some of these guys by now, I don't even think they play for the same team anymore. They might
Yeah.
not be even in the league anymore. So then the value dropped. It's difficult. But if I had like these baseballs I bought, some of them there was like 10 of the same player sign. Like, what am I doing? Or a whole case of them, so 12 even. I mean, like, what am I going to do with 12 signed baseballs signed by one person, and I'm only selling two a year?
Yeah.
I just that's just how it
They're just
has to
gonna
be. Like,
they're gonna keep going. You can
you
only sell
know,
2 years. So you
I
got
mean, I could probably sell them cheaper and get rid of them in bulk, but then I don't know. It's difficult because you want them to move quick, but it's in the end also sports memorabilia. It can be one of those slow. It's a slower moving category. It's not
Yep.
always fast.
Yep.
Any collectible, it can be very slow moving. So I don't know. I mean, it's just that's just how it is. It's not you're waiting for the right person to come through, and that's just kind of
That's just the way it goes.
yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
are you I guess are you more comfortable with selling everything through eBay then?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I actually did. I did pull some of those baseballs out at a yard sale I had years ago, and some people they want them like really really cheap, and they try to like I'm like, look, I already got like it cheaper than what I have multiple Z's. I have someone eat, and I was honest with them. I'm like, look, I'm selling to you like a lot cheaper than I would on eBay. If you want it, you want it. If not, like it's not a big deal. Like because some people ask because I had sports memorabilia on there, and I did have some sports stuff out, but I had advertised on a sale. But then I didn't have too much signed stuff, and they were asking for baseballs and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I got like some cases, and like I bought a huge collection. I told them, and they some of them they just wanted, like some people wanted me. They were trying to get them for like $15 a piece. I'm like, if you think about it, that's the price of the ball. And I think I was willing to do like 25 on some of them and all. And I think I'm like, that's fair because then it's like $10 over the price of the ball.
Yeah.
Like, knowing I paid 5, but you have to count if they're official league, balls, like they're $15, actually even more now, I think. And it's been a while since I've actually bought any official baseballs, but I know when I first bought the deal, they were like $15 a piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's how it rolls. I mean,
yeah,
you got to make your money off of it.
yeah.
That's for sure.
So, but yeah. So I had this. Uh, I've had quite a bit of this lately on eBay, and I hate. I love being able to ship a lot of stuff all out to one person on eBay, but it's really annoying the way the combined shipping is on eBay. It's really annoying because the whole fact that the request total from seller button doesn't always necessarily work.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of really annoying, and I just feel like I'm playing. Sometimes I'm just repeating myself, even though it's a different buyer, but so I'm not repeating myself to the same person, but I'm just like a broken record trying to tell the buyer that they have to add it to their cart, right? And then hit the request total from seller button on their laptop or desktop. That's the only place it works. It doesn't work on their phone. And then if that doesn't work, then they're expected to buy the items they want, and then I'll refund the difference, which is absolutely crazy because I don't know any business. Like if you go down to your grocery store and you have to buy all these to get your discount.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, that's absolutely crazy. Why do I have to buy everything and then you'll refund me after the fact? And especially because it takes time for the money to go back to their bank or their card. That shouldn't be expected. And that should not be how eBay does things. I don't understand, especially considering the way Poshmark, Macari, and Depop, it's very easy to bundle or combine orders on there. I don't know why eBay is taking their good old time with this. Like
Yeah, I don't know why either. It just kind of
they
they make it difficult.
I feel like I would sell more because every time I have to repeat myself or whatever, explain this, you know, by then the buyer just wanted to buy it. They can't just simply buy everything they want, and it's really difficult too because if you're giving them a deal, right? Say if you're giving them like if you have the item on sale or you sent them an offer or anything like that, there's no way they can hit the button.
Mm.
The button just doesn't work. The request over from seller button. So it's very frustrating that doesn't even work, and that should at least work. I don't understand that. They try to say, well, the buyer, you're as a buyer, you're already getting a discount. I'm like, yeah, but it's for shipping. Like, I don't,
Right.
it's not for that discount wasn't for shipping. I don't understand. It's just it creates a lot more issues, and it takes up way too much time to keep having a contact or explain it to the buyers. And I pretty much feel like I copy and paste a lot, but here I at least have it in my mind. It's just automatic when I type it out, but it's just frustrating. I don't know. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
frustrating.
yeah. I mean,
It
I
is.
feel like I lose a lot of sales because of it.
Mm-hmm. It is
Think about it.
frustrating. I
You
know
think
I have.
you think they would want us to sell more? Why? It's like their limit. That's a limit to us.
Yep.
You know, when I can literally sell all kinds of stuff to people on Poshmark. I've had more combined orders on Poshmark than I have on eBay.
Well,
And I'll have people buy 15 to 20 items on Poshmark at one time. Not once have I ever had it on eBay. You
I've
know?
never had. Well, I've sold a few things on
Yeah.
eBay. I've had some orders with maybe 12 or 15 items. I've done that a couple times.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like, sometimes, but like, I feel like I never really had that. Maybe some cards or something sometimes, but it's and in the fact that because then they're not even going to get a deal on the total lot. They're just only then they can only get a deal for shipping.
Right.
It's just crazy,
It is.
So I don't know. It's really annoying, and then trying to have to figure it all out. They need to update that. But I wanted to talk about because I heard it on they were talking about it on the Nashville Flippers podcast. I was listening at I think last week or something like that, and they were talking about it, and I was like, and I had the issue twice since then.
Yeah. It comes up. That's like right now. I have to talk about it.
Yep. So I was listening to some of the well, at least not. I wasn't listening, but I was taking pictures of some of the magazines I bought last week at the state sale.
Yeah.
I was taking pictures of them today, and it got me thinking because some of the magazines I bought, a lot of magazines will have, especially if you have a subscription. Obviously, they have the original owner of that magazine. It has their name, address on it, and it's not the only type of item that you might get that has the original owner's name and address on there. Because there's been other products I bought, like maybe the original box might have it, like it was a mail-in like type of thing, toy, or whatever. I've had stuff like that. What do you do? Like, do you personally, like, what do you cover up the name? Do you keep it just as is?
I keep it just as it is.
Really?
Yep.
And because I don't know. I don't like putting somebody else's info out there. So I like these magazines. I covered it up with another label. Like I kind of cut it out almost to the size the name and address was, at least not the full label, but because I want them to see that it's actually another, like a full label, like that the tracking and stuff like that was on there. So I want the buyer to understand that it's the label's not blank, but I just cover that up now. So I cut out like a little piece of label. Sometimes I've wanted to. Sometimes I think a couple times years ago I would do like just a Sharpie, and that just looks really tacky.
Yeah.
But it's something I don't like. What else? There was something I sold. I want to say it was one of those mail-in type things, and it was on a. It came with a certificate of authenticity, and it said like, "Dear such and such," and had the person's name on it. Here's your certificate of authenticity, and that was authenticity. And I'm like now, so I don't know. Like I'm not in the listing. I didn't take a picture of that person's name, but I had a piece of paper over it. The description I had to put. I felt like I just put on like, hey, we just covered it up just temporarily because I didn't want because that info shouldn't be posted to me, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think it completely matters all the time, but especially at least the address, I don't like doing that. Like,
I mean, if you're looking at a 30-year-old magazine,
yeah. What if it's not 30 years old? Some of these, dude, I just went to this estate sale. It literally has that exact address and the name of the people that and they're still alive. They were just downsizing.
I mean, I don't know what the etiquette is. I don't know what the etiquette,
Yeah,
for it. I mean, what are they gonna? Well, I mean, you got their names and the address. I
yeah,
mean, I guess you could send them a letter and be like,
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. It could be different things. I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable like that. To me, that's info that it belongs to them. It's like I don't know. It's weird.
yeah. I mean, if you feel a certain way about it,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess whatever you plan on doing, it's good.
Yeah. No. No. And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to down the way you do it because I mean everybody's gonna have different ways they do it. Like, I mean, it depends. I don't know. And I just think, and at least too, like when I cover it up, it looks a little more enticing. You know what I mean? But if it's covered up, at least the way I did it today, not the Sharpie. That looks really tacky when I cover it up with this. Just, and you can still always see through it a little bit even with the Sharpie. So it doesn't.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but you got
Yep.
maybe if that person wants to buy it just for the address and the name.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, how have your sales been this week?
It's been okay. They haven't been bad. You
Yeah,
know, better than last week.
yeah,
That's
I
for certain.
yeah, I agree. I don't know. No, because it's still about the same. I
Now
think.
mine's a little. I've had a couple cool sales. I've had a couple over $100 sales.
Really, see, that's what
Uh,
I need. I haven't had that in a while.
um,
What'd you
yeah,
sell? Good then.
I sold a Neo Geo controller
Okay.
for $150. I sold a Sega Saturn like VCD card.
Okay.
I think I got $100 for that.
Really.
Uh, yeah. It was not too bad of sales.
Yeah.
They were. Just want to let me just double check everything.
Yeah. I haven't really I haven't had anything like $100 in a while. I don't know why. Most of the stuff I've been selling is like lower end, but I mean, my highest sale item, the highest price item I sold was literally a pack of old made playing cards.
Old made playing cards.
Yep. I mean, it's from that company Golden Books, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, $50.
$50.
Yeah, $50
That's
for
not bad. You can't beat that.
no,
Absolutely not.
but that's the highest. I mean, I think.
No, that's Saturn VCD whatever. It was $120. I'm sorry.
Oh
And
wow.
then I had a West Marine VHF, like a portable thing, hand radio.
Hmm.
I got that from what you call it, my wife's old work from Savers,
Yeah.
and I get 30% off because of my son works there. So I paid like four something for it, and I sold for $50 plus shipping,
Okay.
and that sold within like 3 days.
That's
And
good.
a lot of $20 sales, and yeah. So I mean, no, it's been really good. It's
Yeah.
been, you know, $50 sales, $20 sales. I sold another $40 Jaguar controller. So
Yeah.
some things. Yeah,
That's
it's
good.
not it's not been too bad. I mean, you know,
Yeah, it's
be a good
definitely.
week.
I mean, it's definitely been still slow. I mean, it's nothing like I feel like it was at all last year. Um,
Oh no, absolutely not.
I'm trying to figure out different things to do, like just to try to. I'm to the point. I'm like, okay, I need to do something differently, and so I actually had I've decided I am no longer listing anything on Depop. Depop is being dropped.
You're dropping Depop.
Yep, dropping the Depop. um, because it the sales are just so few and far in between. And I did the math. I think in the past, I don't know, in the past so many months, I'd really it's my worst. I think the past 6 months has been my worst platform, and it just doesn't make sense for me to keep it, especially because it's to me it's similar to Poshmark where you have to share, not share, but you bump up your items by editing them, and then it gets bumped back up to the top. And I think because of that it just takes a lot of work. Even Poshmark is a lot of work, and that's I still Poshmark was really good last, not really good, but still decent compared to the other secondary platforms I use besides eBay. But sometimes I'm especially still like the way this year started with Poshmark. I'm on the fence if I want to give any more attention to that, just because it just the fact that I have to keep sharing stuff is getting annoying. And I know they have like these like the virtual assistants that you can do for Posh and stuff. And I tried one before; it didn't do anything for me. I did the free trial, so I'm definitely not paying for it if it if
It
the
didn't do
trial
anything.
didn't
Why?
do
Yeah.
anything. Yeah, and I'm kind of just over it. Like, why create a platform that you have to share your stuff?
Yeah, you got to
Why can't it
share.
just be there? Somebody just you know search for it and just be there.
and be there. Yeah, you come across it
Yep.
because that's what it is.
Yep. So it's really annoying. So I don't know. I might quit that if it still keeps going downhill with that. Macari it still makes the most sense for me as my secondary, like my main secondary, I think, and keeping them. So I'll keep them. But I did yesterday also, like I said, I'm trying new things. I swore I would never do this,
What
but
happened?
I'm
What are you
I'm
doing?
I'm promoting listings.
You're promoting listings?
Dude, I'm trying so hard to just get sales on my higher end items. And so I'm not promoting it much. It's like between 3 and 4%. I'm just testing it out.
Okay.
So it's like 3 or 4%. I'm like, okay, that's not really doing too much. Um, obviously, like from what I've heard, I would never do that. But like the suggested, some of them were like 12%. I'm not promoting at 12%.
Yeah, like
Easy, eBay. I already give you enough.
12%. Yeah,
Yeah,
that ain't
yeah.
working. Absolutely
So
not.
so I think and it's not all my items. So I just kind of pick through a bunch of the higher items that I've had for a while, like the higher price items I've had for a while. See if I can get some of them moving. Um, and it's one of those things that, like I heard Kevin Commonwealth Picker on one of his videos, like he doesn't do. I don't think he doesn't do promoted because he'd rather pass that discount to his buyers. Instead of it's extra 4% I could give the buyers. I guess if I wanted to, but
Well, he's Commonwealth's a lot different than
yeah,
you or I because he automatically has eyes on him because he's
what's a
got
lot
such
of
a big
things.
of a following. You before
He's probably
anybody's
listing more a day too, because
well
he has
before
people.
anybody's capable of buying anything from you, they got to be able to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and if you're how willing are you to go down on your item? So you have an item for $50. What are you willing and you say you paid $5 for it? What are you willing to take in the end? How much are you willing to sell that $50 item for?
If I paid five,
You paid five for it.
I mean, I think it depends on how long it's been listed. That's how I. That's how. See, is my process broken?
7 days. So you got set. It's been there for sitting there for 7 days.
Uh see, my reaction to this is probably not very good, but I would only do 5% off in those 7 days because it's to me it's not enough time.
I mean, if somebody offered me $35, I think $35 would be the least I'd take. It's
Yeah,
7 days.
I'm only taking 5%. And see, this is how I work. It's 5% off in the first month. After the first month, then I do, depending on the price of the item too. So, but an item that would be like $50, it would be 15% off after the first month.
Oh, so then you would sell for $35.
Yeah. So it takes a month. I want to give it. I want to give. I'm trying to get. I always try to give the best shot to myself of getting the most money, and I feel like doing that, waiting that month helps me do that. But I don't. Maybe not necessarily because if it's still sitting there even after a month, that might have been my only buyer that came along. That
Could have
one.
been your only buyer, right?
You know.
Maybe that thing's not 100% sell through item.
Yeah.
Maybe what you sold is like a 45% sell through item, and you got it in a deal, but it's still worth $50. Somebody
Yeah.
came along and offered you $35, 15% off. It's like, so do you wait another month and then it becomes fifty
Yeah.
percent off?
And I think it depends on a lot of factors too. Okay, do I have the only one? Like
Yeah, well, we're talking just
yeah,
about it. We're just talking about an object that's 7 days. That's why I said it's only a 45% sell through rate. That means there's others
yeah.
on there, and it
Okay,
only
yeah,
sells
yeah.
45% of the time.
No, you're right. Yeah, I didn't hear
You
you
know,
say that.
yeah.
So
So what do you do? That's why I would go take the 35 and call it a day. Because if it sits there for another 3 weeks, then it's going to be $35 anyway. Sometimes it's not greedy.
yeah,
It's like it's fast
yeah,
dime or slow nickel. That's
yeah.
the thing.
I know. I'm definitely a slow nickel.
Or fast nickel, slow dime.
Huh.
Fast nickel.
Yeah. I was about to say, wait a minute.
Yeah, I said it backwards. Fast nickel, fast dime, slow nickel.
Yep. Wait, you just
Oh,
said it.
slow dime, fast nickel. I just said it again. Wow.
Yeah.
That's when I first started. That's the way I used to be, dude. I'd load up and just get it on one of my accounts and just bang it off. I mean,
Yeah.
somebody else. I mean, if they offer me 50%. No, I'm not taking 50%. I go
Yeah.
up. I already know exactly what I'm taking, what it's going to be, and I would just sell, dude. Like I said, I would
Some
20 a day.
sometimes I'm thinking that, like, what I want to do even is change my percentages, like how much I give off. Do I want to, like, I'm debating if, because the way sales have been, do I want to bump that 5 up to 10 for the first month, and bump after the first month, bump that 15 up to 20,
Yeah.
or do I want to do 10? Like I said, within that first month, then do the 15 after the first month. But if it's been listed for 3 months, then do 20. You know what I mean? But I feel like, because it is tough when I send out offers and they're only 15% off. I mean, I do send out offers all the time. Like, I think maybe it's because it's not a strong offer. Like, I mean, I know for sure that if somebody sent me a 15% off offer, I actually probably wouldn't take it. So that, and I'm saying it, but it's the way I buy, dude. Are my buyers buying the same? Have the same mentality I do? Now, like,
Mm-hmm.
talking about, like, crazy, like, with markdowns and all, like, I went in Big Lots again, and not offering enough of a discount. We were just talking about that. It got me thinking. So I went in there again, and they still only have 10% off on Christmas food.
What?
Yes,
What?
Christmas food. Like, you want some candy canes for only 10% off? You can go there.
That's ridiculous. And they're just going to be sitting
All
there.
Yeah, all the kits, like, that it's like the gift sets of hot sauce, or like
Yeah.
the brownie and a
Mm-hmm.
cast iron skillet mix, 10% off.
Dude, what are they going to? What are they waiting for?
I have no idea, but what's crazy is, okay, remember I was talking about how they weren't giving a discount on their food at all. They're up to 10% off on their food, and their shelves are oddly kind of bare in the food, and I'm trying to figure out who the heck was buying food for only 10% off.
That's crazy.
And
I wouldn't have been. I mean, I'd go right across the street and do it. Or the
Giants,
alley.
yeah, well, even Giants right next door too. Like, doesn't matter, but 10% off, like, all that food. I'm trying to figure out who the heck was buying it, because there's no reason to me. The only thing I can think of is that they waited too long, and a lot of that stuff went out of date, and then they had to throw it out.
And they had to throw it out. That's probably what it was.
Yep. But I mean, yeah, a lot of stuff is just ridiculously not really a sale in there. I mean, the highest price discount I seen was like a 40%, and that was on fall stuff. They literally still have the fall decor in there, and they came and sell it at 40%.
Wow, dude, it shouldn't be at 40%, dude.
No,
I mean, it should be
gone.
90% off.
It should be gone.
It should be gone. 90%
Oh,
off.
tell me why there's freaking spring stuff, like their Easter stuff and their St. Patrick's Day decor, is 40% off,
What?
but the Christmas food is
It's 10.
10%.
Who's running that place, dude? You're an idiot.
Well, that's probably why they're going out of business, because they don't even know how to do a clearance sale right,
Wow.
dude. And they're what was it, all their, like, party supplies, balloons,
Yeah.
decor, party decor and all that aisle. I think that might have been 30, but I'm like, they're not even going to sell any of this stuff with Party City going out at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time.
And
Dude, they're
party.
probably spending more money in labor a day than what they're making.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Yeah. I mean, every business has to, like, I always like the, mark it down, get out type thing. Like, because I'm always marking stuff down. There's stuff I do weekly. I'm always marking stuff, getting out. But, you know, for how big of a scale of store, obviously they have, especially it being food, if something has an expiration date, I'm, when it's getting close to expiration date, I'm like, I want to go on so I get some of my money back, and that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I haven't really dealt with too many items that have expiration dates, because I don't really want to worry about that too much. I don't want to have to like worry if it's sitting, or if it gets close to it, then well, besides it, well, there's vitamins. They were just so cheap or whatever. There's those other I don't even know. There's vitamins things I bought,
Yeah.
but they're like a buck a pack. I'm like, I can't go wrong. I could sell them for $1, even expired, somebody would buy it.
Sure.
So at that point, that's fine. But most of the time, I'm not gonna mess with expired, like close to expired stuff. Trying
Absolutely
to,
not.
you know,
Neither am I.
I mean,
Nope.
yep. I mean, food, I don't really like selling because of that. Um, Because okay, if I buy a whole case of some kind of cereal that's like really popular or something, right? Buy all this cereal, dude. If it gets close, then I'm gonna have to start eating it, and that's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
eat for breakfast for a whole month.
For all the cereal you bought.
Yeah, but
Dude,
that's
I'll tell you,
not.
I used to buy food, Kenny and I, and even myself,
Mhm.
we'd have, what do you call them, quarter auctions. And I would buy like banana boxes of like canned goods. And I mean, I'd pay $1, $2 a banana box, and it'd be full with canned goods, filled with
Yeah,
everything, collard green, potato. It just didn't matter what it was. And I'd take it to the flea market and sell it. The best times is when it snowed and the flea market would be open and it'd be like 6 people in the inside. That was it.
hmm
Nobody in the outside. 6 people in the inside. I was one of them. I set up at a table. I've sold every canned good in one day. They
wow.
bought it all. There was nobody else to buy from.
Yeah,
There's only 6 people there.
yeah,
I sold out every one of my canned goods. I mean everything.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean they loved it, dude.
I think I do remember you saying that too. Yeah, I mean
Hmm.
that makes sense. I mean, without competition like that, and
Yeah.
and
Well,
then at the end of the day, that's a need. A
yeah.
need, like
Yes,
food
it
is
is.
always going to go well.
Flea market used to be great, dude. We used to go there and just set a table up, and sometimes we'd sell out by 10 o'clock in the morning. Just be everything be
Yep.
gone, be gone. We knew what to buy. This is before everybody came in with the telephones and stuff, dude. We were smoking it,
Yeah. That's,
killed it. Well,
that's
always killed it.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's knowledge is key. I mean, I think that's why I've said before. What I was saying earlier about the signed baseballs. I have the knowledge of a lot of them. And most people are just like a baseball with somebody's writing on it.
Hmm.
Unless it's dirt cheap, most people aren't even
Yeah,
going to pick them up.
that's what I'm saying. You got, I'm beat. You have the knowledge. I don't have the
Yeah.
knowledge.
But I mean, it goes the same way with you with video games. Like, think about that estate sale last week. You would have cleaned up really well if you were up there and you went. It doesn't even matter, because I still went the wrong way and everything. But if you go the right way, like I
Yeah,
should.
but those people probably grab like banshees. Trust me, and I
Yeah,
would have
well,
had
I
to do the
know,
same.
but you can instantly think, okay, this is good, this is good, this is good.
Yeah.
And it's always, it comes back to that knowledge, whether it's value or knowing what something actually is. There's a lot of people even in that deal with glassware. They can spot the brand and the maker, like,
Mhm.
from 5 aisles over
Yep.
at a thrift store, and they're like, "Oh, is that what I think it is?" And they go up and they look underneath. Oh yeah, that's definitely
That's
what I
what
was
it
looking
is.
for.
Yep.
Like,
They love and they know what it is.
yeah,
Like I'm iffy on glass. I do know some glass. Don't get me wrong. Because I used to sell glass when glass had a little bit better sell through rate.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, but there's some people out there that know what they're looking at,
yeah,
and they're going to win through it.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, who has uh the trivia today?
I have to ask you.
You asked me trivia today too,
Yep,
don't you? Yep.
yep. So let's go ahead and get started with that, and then we'll do our a little ship or skip.
Dip or skip.
Probably pretty much end it. So let's see. Let me go to my notes. All right. So I know I'm usually doing the funny, like, joke type, but you know what? I'm tired of it. I'm gonna give you some hard questions. I asked ChatGPT to to give me 10 incredibly difficult reselling trivia questions.
Oh no!
Incredibly
That's
difficult.
incredibly difficult, dude. I would love that. Hey, before we start, I want to give a shout out to what you call a dude who left some comments last week's video from Canada. He said he watches us
Oh
all the
yes.
way
Yep.
through.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
shout out to you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, because I think it's 2 weeks in a row he left us comments. So
Yeah.
thank you for tuning in and yep. But all right. So here's number one. I know we've had this question before. So we
Let's see.
I think you asked me this question. What was the first item ever sold on eBay?
A
A.
broken laser pointer.
Yeah, we've had this question 3 times because you
That's,
asked me twice and now I ask you. I
I
gotta
asked you.
screen this. This is probably gonna be the same questions that you've asked me before. All right, number two. So I didn't even have to do the multiple choice. Sorry, guys, you're gonna get a chance on that one. Um, number two. Which U.S. state has the most flea markets per capita? A. Florida. B. Texas. C. Pennsylvania. D. Ohio.
That would be a difficult question. I would have to know that off the rip. I'd have to learn that per capita. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. Let's see. The whole state of Pennsylvania, the whole state of Florida, per capita. Oh, then you got Ohio.
See, number two is Lyle.
Number two, it is a lot harder.
Oh, I don't know if I gave the thumbs up again. Oh, it disappeared. You were like looking up, not even looking, and the thumbs up came up again. I don't know.
You know what? I'm just gonna say Florida.
Florida? Nope. It
My
is
guess.
Ohio.
That was gonna be my. I went to Ohio, and I'm thinking to myself, Ohio's got some big cities, less people per capita than it would be. Wow. Yep. Okay.
Number three. What does the eBay Fast and Free badge actually mean?
What badge is it?
Fast and Free.
Okay, fast and free.
A. The item will arrive in 2 days or less. B. The seller offers free shipping and eBay estimates delivery within 4 business days. C. The item ships via expedited services only. D. The seller ships same day guaranteed.
Two. I give B.
B. Yep, correct. Seller offers free shipping and eBay estimates delivery within 4 business days. All right, number four. In flea market terminology, what is a lot lizard? I never heard of this.
I've never heard of that, but I do know what a lot lizard is.
A. A customer who always haggles but never buys. B. A vendor who constantly changes booth locations. C. A person who roams around trying to resell other people's items for a cut. D. A buyer who shows up early to scope out the best deals.
I'm gonna just say D.
D. Nope. It's C. A person who roams around trying to resell other people's items for a cut.
Well, I didn't. I never knew. I've never heard of that.
Have you ever been lot lizard?
I I think I may have been lot lizard before. I've been lot lizarded.
Yeah, I have. I was selling something at a flea market before, and this guy that had another store in there, or his buddy had the store or whatever, and he seen something on my table, and he once his customer, he must have called or texted his customer and had him come in, and once he came in, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take this over there and show it to my buddy," and then he charged him like whatever, like $20-$30 more than what I was charging.
Yep.
It happens.
That's a lot lizard.
Yeah, well,
You
that would
got a
be,
lot.
or a cut. Like, I think I
Yeah.
consider that because they're looking for their cut. They're gonna, they didn't buy the item off me.
No,
They took it over there and made, but so I think in that case I was lot lizarded.
you got lot lizarded.
Yep.
Now I know what a lot lizard is in the
But
flea
I
market.
think, yeah, but I think there's other people that'll take pictures or have stuff. Yeah, they'll do a similar thing. So if you ever have somebody that borrows and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go show this to somebody I know, that's what they might be doing.
Are you lot lizarding me?
Yeah, you can ask them. All right, number 5. eBay's highest recorded sale was a private jet. How much did it sell for?
Oh God.
Oh wait, I got to read the answers, don't I?
Yeah, please.
I just wanted you to guess the numbers. Like, no.
$41 million.
A, 2.5 million. B, 4.9 million. C, 9.8 million. D, 14.5 million.
14.5 million.
Nope. C, 9.8 million.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good sale.
That's a good sale.
But only I could get one of them a year. I mean,
That's a good sale.
if anybody knows who, somebody's trying to sell a private jet, I'll give them everything I have in my eBay store for it.
I mean, we'll probably have to lot lizard you. We'll sell it, and
Yeah.
we'll give.
Yeah, I'll take 10% of that.
I'll take 10% of that. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, give me a 10% cut.
All
right. Number 6. In 2023, eBay changed its fee structure for sneakers. What is the new fee percentage for sneakers sold at $100 plus? A, 0%. B, 5%. C, 8%. D, 12%.
I don't know if they ever changed it back.
I don't know either. I don't sell too many shoes.
0%.
Yep, 0%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they changed it back. At 100, it was zero. It was zero. You paid no fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't sell, like, most of my shoes that I do get, they're under $100. They don't go. Yeah, they don't even go through the authenticity or anything like that. So
I've never sold. Well, I'm lying. I used to sell over $100 pair.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't sold over $100 pair of shoes in 5 years.
5 years? Wow.
Yeah. No, I got a big old deal from some people for some Nikes and I sold a lot of them.
I did last year, but they were like dress shoes, so they weren't really sought after like that. So I don't really have any issues with that.
I just sold the last pair of shoes I just sold a couple days ago with $20 pair of Nikes.
Yeah,
it was really nothing plus shipping and
yeah. That's good though. At least I mean,
those were Rimmons running shoes. I only paid $4 on them.
Hey, can't beat that. So I mean, if you had a ton of them and selling them all day for $20 a piece.
Yep.
All right. Oh crap! It just went all the way back to the top. Okay. All right. Number 7. What is the least profitable category for resellers on eBay based on average profit margins? A, clothing and shoes. B, DVDs and media. C, sporting goods. D, collectible toys.
DVDs and media. B.
Yep. I don't even know how some of that stuff, like, because you'll see
Neither
like $4 free shipping.
Yeah.
Or something. I'm like, how is that even possible?
I was thinking $2.50 plus free shipping, and sold 1,000 of them. Why would you do that?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I'd just rather give it away to somebody that can come pick it up and whatever. I don't. Why are you going to
cost you money?
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I mean, well, I know what I did here before. That some people that do that, they're just covering up their negative feedbacks. Their negatives. If they sell more, it's the one way to buy feedback.
Yeah, it is. It's one way. It's one way to get out of if you're in the
below standard.
Below standard. That's a way to get out of it.
Yeah, just basically sell, bunch of stuff for absolutely nothing and lose money.
And then lose money doing it.
Yep.
Yep.
Tax write off.
Yeah. Just tack it right off.
All right. Number 8. What is a silent auction strategy at flea markets? What? I've never seen a silent auction strategy at flea. Okay, we're gonna take this.
Wait till the last second.
A. Sellers put items out with no price tags and let customers make offers. B. Vendors bid on each other's inventory before the market opens. C. Sellers use secret signals to negotiate with regular buyers. It's weird.
What?
D. A form of online bidding that is later finalized in person.
What? That's a stupid question, though. That question don't make any sense. What is? Huh? Read that question again. For some reason, it don't make any sense.
What is a silent auction strategy at flea markets?
Yeah. What is a silent auction strategy at a flea market?
A.
So that would be a buy. That would be for a buyer. But yeah, A is the person setting stuff out. I'm just gonna say A. The
Yep.
question was. It
Yep.
made absolutely no sense.
Yeah,
That's exactly what you do. Put your stuff out so they can do it.
It's the same thing you do sometimes. You set it out and people come to you, how much is this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and look, at the end of the day, it's kind of smart because, okay, you kind of do it's like a reverse auction. You can set your price. Okay, somebody comes up to you, this hoodie is $20 or something, right? This, I don't know why I said hoodie, but this sweatshirt hoodie is $20. You tell them, they put it back. Next person, you know what? You have it for 15 because the person put it back, right? Well, they don't
Or
want
if you think they're
it.
going to
Next person
buy it,
comes up, it's $10.
you tell them 25, and they'll be like, "I'll give you 20." All right.
Yeah.
But you actually only wanted 18.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. But it's weird. I wouldn't call it a silent auction strategy.
Yeah, that's not a solid auction.
It's what's the type of auction that is reversed?
Oh, I don't remember the name.
I know there's a term for it. You guys know,
There's a term.
but I know it's like, you post a price and like every hour it goes down in price until somebody actually bids. That's essentially what.
Yeah, like a reverse. It's a reverse auction.
Yeah.
Much.
Yep. So, but all right. Here's number 9. eBay introduced an AI-powered tool in 2023 to help sellers with what specific task? A. Listing descriptions and pricing recommendations. B. Managing customer returns more efficiently. C. Detecting counterfeit items. D. Predicting future market trends.
What's the A one again?
Listing descriptions and pricing recommendations.
A.
Yep. And it's correct, which I don't use. It's a dumb feature.
Neither do I.
I mean, I'm not going to list it at their suggested bullcrap price, and I'm surely not going to use their description that up half the flaws or in a state and just a waste of space. That it's like it sounds like I'm watching an infomercial.
Yep, that's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah,
it's always wrong. Most of the time, it's wrong anyway. It's not.
Yeah, but
don't help you with anything.
But even if it is, it just sounds like an infomercial. No, it's ridiculous. But
and the title of this new video, it's also going to have Ray got lot lizarded.
Yeah. There we go. Lot lizard. I have to remember that. And when I share on Instagram, I have to put a picture of a lizard advertising that. Yeah. This week I did we got one more question, but this week I did a shark that was at because I do a shark every week, and but I did a shark at an estate sale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Too, that video didn't have the our little logo on it.
Okay.
For some reason, it took away the ability to do that. I think we're gonna have to buy it added another another thing we can use it for by adding in other clips that are not even a part of it or something
Okay.
of the thing, but it took away the brand
Okay.
being able to put a logo in.
Yeah, we'll figure out. Just let me know. You know.
Yeah, so I had to get it. I can't see it's that expensive. So
No, no. We'll figure out. Let's get the last question.
all
So,
right, let's get the last one.
all right. Uh, let's see. Number 10. Which of the following is not a known flea market flip strategy? A. Bundling small items to increase perceived value. B. Listing items at intentionally high prices and waiting for offers. C. Buying inventory in bulk from wholesalers and passing it off as vintage. D. Hiding valuable items among common items to surprise customers.
Read that whole thing again one more
Okay.
time.
Which of the following is not a known flea market flip strategy? So it's not. All right. A. Bundling small items to increase perceived value. B. Listing items at intentionally high prices and waiting for offers. C. Buying inventory in bulk from wholesalers and passing off as vintage. D. Hiding valuable items among common items to surprise customers.
I'm gonna say B
Nope.
or C. Well, it's probably C.
Buying inventory, yeah, C. Buying inventory bulk from wholesalers and passing on as vintage. So, I guess, because you get a lot of product from wholesalers or, that type of stuff. So
Yep.
you can just start passing all this vintage, and then
I'm,
that won't be a good flea market flip strategy.
yeah, that's a
Just
good flea market flip
yeah,
strat.
just write vintage on all the boxes.
That's it,
Antique.
and they'll think it's vintage.
Oh my god.
You just got lot lizarded it.
Actually, that might. Hey, that
It's
might,
good work.
dude. Not. It'll get people digging. But can you
Yeah.
imagine? Because it's not in there, so you're not really completely.
Right.
But you could put video games. Write that on all the boxes.
Yep. And you have everybody digging through it.
Yep. Just write in bold letters, video games or sports cards.
Yeah, sports cards or like
Yep.
collectible dollar bills. I tell you, I don't know. Like, yeah, I had to. You could do something. People jump all over it because they see the things where it says $1 on it from an old box that was
Yeah.
written on. I thought it was $1. Like, where'd you get that from?
Yeah.
It's right on the box.
Yeah. I mean, generally, it should be, cheaper than what the store sold it for, right? You know what I mean? Most stuff. Um, and it's kind of weird. Like, it's funny because you see, like, stuff at Goodwill, though, like, when they get stuff in, you could literally tell it still has the yard sale, garage sale sticker on it for $5, and they're gonna price it at 15 or something like that. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, they couldn't even sell it for 5. You're gonna try to sell it to me for 15? They wouldn't buy it at 5.
They would buy it at 5.
You know, so it's pretty sad. I don't understand the whole pricing strategy behind that when they do that, but I know they have certain things that's just is a price when it comes in, but it's kind of dumb. Let me go to our ship or skip, and I got one more thing I want to talk about. But all right, so first ship or skip that uh, I posted this past week was would you ship a binder full of 1,000 Limp Biscuit CDs?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I mean, I don't think he has 1,000 different CDs, so that's the only issue I have with.
They don't. There'll be thousands of the same thing.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess if you're being a wholesaler, but it's a binder too. They're loose. I mean, if it
Yeah.
sells for decent money, I guess I don't care. I don't think
Well, the
it's
binder would have to be like this thick, dude.
yeah 1,000.
Oh yeah.
So we got one comment from I'd flip that, and they said ship if the price got was worth it. So it makes sense, if the price we
Hmm.
paid, for the lot was worth it, and
Yeah.
somebody want it for more money, yeah, why not?
I'm with them on it, and dude. If the thing is worth it, let's do it.
Yep. All right, because I only did 3 this week. I was a little short. I wanted to do one more, but I ran out of time.
That's
I
all right.
totally forgot yesterday. But here's the next ship or skip. It's would you ship a haunted doll with a note from the previous owner?
Absolutely. Certainly would.
I probably would, because if I have that thing, I want it gone anyway.
Yeah, I don't want a haunted doll anyway.
Just don't. Now, if it mysteriously arrives back to me, and you're not like that somebody returned it, sent a return, or I, I'm done. I think I'm gonna give up on reselling if that happens.
Hi, Ray.
Yeah.
Oh no. You
Yep.
just come home and is like sitting on your couch one day.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm done. Like,
Oh
nope.
no.
Or I could be like, you're hired.
Yeah.
At least you show up for work. I'm gonna put you to work.
Hey,
You can list all these items for
that's crazy. Like, hi, Ray.
me.
You
You
just say
want
that
to
like,
play?
hi, Ray. Oh no, dude. Like,
No,
no.
no. All right. I didn't see any comments on that one. Yeah, we were lacking a little comments this week. So, guys, if you have reached this far, check out our Instagram. I do post a ship or skip at least 3 times a week. This week I did. So,
Yeah.
definitely check it out. So the last one is: would you ship a snow globe with questionable liquid?
Mm. Oh.
That does make it.
I mean, how questionable is this liquid?
You want me to show you the picture I use? We'll just say it's this questionable.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't ship it.
You know,
Nope.
it looks like it's even leaking. That's
No, that's even worse. Like, first thing I was thinking of, like, was it peed in or something, like in the snow globe?
I
I
mean,
mean, could have been.
a lot of snow globes I find it is like yellow, yellow water.
No, I'd probably be worried. I'd be nervous.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything wrong with the liquid most of the time, I'm not shipping it. I don't even like shipping snow globes because that is probably one of the worst things to ship because it's fragile. Um, I mean, if it's a smaller one, but if it's a bigger one, you're taking so much of a risk anyway. I don't. It's not something I necessarily like, especially if it's questionable liquid. I mean, it'd have to be worth a lot of money. Like maybe somebody like it have to be the hardest to find snow globe that just had so much value that like somebody buying it is literally going to they're buying it and they're gonna refurbish it themselves or something because people
Yes.
can do that. It's a pain to do
Yes.
that, but some people have refurbished snow globes. They have to be a really rare one and valuable.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't mess with it.
Yeah,
Nope.
but if it looks like that, no. If it's
No.
exactly like that,
Absolutely not.
yeah, not happening.
Nope.
There's like fish bones. I don't even know what some of this stuff is in there.
I
AI.
feel like I'd skip anything, but no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, nope. But yeah, that's our ship or skip for the week. Like I said, it was only 3. Last thing I want to talk about because I thought this was really cool. I did share it on Instagram, and another thing I shared on Instagram. But there's a new TV show out called Extraction, and surprise, surprise, there's actually a eBay reseller on there. They're
Nice.
actually a contestant, so it's like basically it's like Naked and Afraid without being naked.
Oh yeah, when's that come on? Extraction.
I'm not sure. I forget. It came on like it might be had to be like Tuesday or Wednesday. It was before one of the TV shows that me and my wife
It
watched.
already started, right?
Yeah, But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's Ryan. I think Ryan W. I don't know exactly, but it was really cool to see. Um, yeah, eBay reseller was listed a job, and I was like, man, this is the first time I've ever felt I've been accepted as a
Yeah.
real job. It's been accepted as a real job.
A
It's
real
official.
job. It's official. I'm an eBay reseller.
Yep. I mean,
I somebody yeah, you bring that up. Somebody saw me just like, yeah, so, I got a whole like little like place, got a lot of stuff, sell online, and so my brother and I do a business, and like, well, what is your website? And I was like, well, I sell on eBay, I got to
yeah,
pay eBay, and they're like, oh, eBay,
yeah. It's like
but
what I say. I mean, to me, I'm just a reseller. I mean, primarily I sell on eBay. That's the main thing. And if there's other better options out there, I want to use them. But there still just isn't a better option, like the best option that I can find for me and my business.
no,
So
because there's more of
yeah,
eyes on where my stuff is for the amount of money it costs me. Dude,
yeah,
I pay $60 or whatever it is for my store, and I can list a million items, whatever it may be. And
yeah,
I don't nowhere else is going to give me that. I got to
yeah,
pay. I don't launch my own thing. I got to market my own website, and
yeah. Oh yeah.
you know,
But so many things. There's not even other platforms that are. I feel like is good. I mean, and I mean, I'm sure there are for certain people, like the way they run the business, maybe the way. I mean, the categories they sell in. There's different things. Like I've heard some people having more success on eBay, but I don't know them personally. I have yet to see it for myself.
mm-hmm.
But there are people that say that they've had more success, unless it's just people just saying that. Like if they've had more success on Depop or Poshmark,
Right, yeah,
and there's a lot of people that make a lot of money, way more money than I had made on those platforms. I haven't found the secret trick or whatever. It might come back down to my whole process. What I was telling you earlier, with how I do discounts and stuff like that. It might not work very well on these other platforms. It doesn't even work that well on eBay.
right,
No,
yeah, right.
it comes down to me. Like it's my process, and each platform is going to have different processes that might even boost their algorithm. Um, so who
Yeah.
knows? It's
Boom,
yeah,
boom. I know, but we have
yeah,
about another one in the books here.
yeah. I don't even know what episode we're on anymore. We don't number them.
I know. I had to go back. I think it's 24.
24.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's episode 24. But I'll have to double check. I think it's
Yeah.
24. But everyone who tuned in, I want to thank you, and I want to thank you for leaving comments. I want to thank you, just for subscribing,
Yeah.
and it really feels good.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, we just come here and hang out every week. So
Yep.
it's just me and Jay just hanging out and,
Yeah.
you know,
I
talk.
think we're probably going to talk about maybe bringing in somebody else, or maybe even two more people. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know what our thought
I,
process is.
yeah. I'm fine. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll talk
And
about.
we're gonna have to market it a little bit better, and I think we're gonna just kind of strive a little bit more. So
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
But for now, I guess we'll cut it and we'll see everybody next week, next episode.
Yep. See everybody next episode.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
See ya.